sky. Great. So standing on one end of your mat, give yourself a few shoulder rolls to start. And then keeping the shoulder blades wide, we're just gonna start with a little neck roll. So nod your chin down to your chest, and then let it start to roll over to the right shoulder. Back, opening up the throat as long as it doesn't hurt the neck, over to the left, and then down. Keep going in the same direction. Feeling the collarbones nice and wide, arms nice and heavy. One more to the right. And then go ahead and reverse. So going to the left, opening the throat, over to the right, and then head down for a few rounds. Good. And then next time your chin is down, just the center of your chest, just lift it up so that it's right on top of the spine. And then I want you to bring your hands to wrap around your rib cage. Your thumbs will go behind and your forefingers in front. And then just start to find an inhale through the nose as you open the ribs towards your hands. Exhaling out through the mouth. Feel yourself grow a little taller, pulling the rib cage out of the hips, pulling the head out of the collarbones, inhaling wide to the side of the body. Exhaling out through the mouth, exhaling out through the front of your rib cage. Just go for 3 more like that. Last 2. And then last one here. And then you're gonna drop those arms, reach your arms all the way up to the sky, get nice and long. And then you're gonna candy cane, flex your spine forward and roll yourself all the way down. And then just let the arms be heavy, draping down towards the ground, let the head be nice and heavy. And then start bending one knee at a time, straightening through the opposite leg, and then switching, going for a little, like a really, really slow pedal, opening up backs of the legs, letting the hips flare, and then feeling the upper body fold forward even more, just letting it drop. And then you're gonna bend both knees on your next inhale, try to really round out that spine. On the exhale, slowly press into the heels as you stack back up bone by bone. Bone. And then roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Nice. Okay. Feet still parallel. Your hands are going to be down by your hips. And then we're going to start with just some like chair squats or like a kind of a chair pose variation. You're going to hinge your hips back, reach your arms out in front of you, and then just pause here for a breath. Make sure that the back is nice and straight, heels dragging down, and almost feel like your toes could flex off of the mat. Making sure the work is in the backs of the legs. And then press into the heels, stand up, arms come down. So you're just folding, reaching, and then standing back up. Good. Make sure that the abs are working here so that you're not tightening up the low back at all, really working from the ass and the abs, yeah? Let's go for 4 more. Making sure the ankles are staying underneath the knees, trying not to jut the knees forward. That's putting that pressure on the knees, and it's also not working the butt. And then you're gonna fold down and hold. If the arms would rather be somewhere else, then like to be on my hips, you can bring them wherever, or you can keep them reaching forward. And then I just want you to start to find a little pulse down 1 inch and up 1 inch, bending an inch, extending 1 inch. Holding the abs up and in. Let's go for 10, 9, Last 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then fold yourself forward, lift your hips up, take a little stretch. Bend your knees, and then slowly roll all the way back up. From here, still staying in parallel. Arms can come to the sides, they can rest on the hips. We're gonna find some calf raises. So you're just gonna start to lift the heels, coming high into the balls of the feet, and then lowering back down with control. So find that work that you just found in the glutes, helping you here. Feel the belly tighten up and in. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Good. Finding that we're coming from the hamstring, from the crease of your ass. Keep the heels lifted. And then see if you can keep the heels lifted as you find that same kind of squat forward. My arms are going to reach forward and up. And then stand back up, keeping the heels high. If they drop for a second, totally fine. It's a lot of stability work, working the tibialis anterior, the ankle stabilizing muscles, the soleus. Those muscles that run along the front of your shin bone, working quite crazy here. Whoop. Let's go for 3 more, keeping those heels nice and high. Woo! Big toes really heavy. What a way to wake up, yeah? Last 2. And then next time you lower down, just pause. You're gonna lower your heels and then lift the heels, keeping your butt the exact same height, keeping the height of your spine the same. Again, hands can come wherever is helpful for you. Let's go for 8. 7, finding that stretch along the back of the Achilles every time you lower. Last 5. Woo. 4, 3, 2. Keep the heels lifted if you can, or you can keep them down and then find a pulse down an inch and up an inch for 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up. Shake out your feet and ankles. Step to the back of your mat just in case you weren't already. Nod your chin to your chest. Roll yourself all the way down. Once you're down there, you can soften your knees so that your hands can connect. You're going to walk yourself forward and find a plank. Whew. So just take a few breaths here. Flex the feet back, finding this nice stretch along the backs of the legs. And then we're going to start to bend and stretch to the knees. So you're going to bend your knees, stick your butt out, finding that nice kind of like pouncing position. And then you're going to press forward back into your plank. So knees are hovering, you're bending and extending. I'm going to tie my hair up. For some reason I thought it was a good idea on a humid day to have my hair down. And then next time you bend the knees, pause, lift the hips up, find a downward dog, stretch the backs of the legs. Love it. Bend the knees back into that hover, pull forward into your plank. So you're gonna bend, stretch the hips up, bend the knees, push forward into your plank. Let's go for 5 rounds. 4, building a little heat. Feeling the quads maybe working as well. 3, 2, last one. Good, find your plank and hold and breathe for 6, 5, press the floor away, 4, 3, and 2, hips go up. Last one, lift your hips up, find a downward dog. Whew. Just take a few breaths here, stretching out through the back, through the shoulders. And then bend your right knee, let the left heel sink down. And then go ahead and switch. Bend the left knee, let the right heel sink down. And then you're gonna lift both heels up, bring yourself forward, and then drop your knees down. Just find your quadruped. Once you find your quadruped, go ahead and come down onto the forearms so the elbows are right underneath those shoulders where your hands once were. And then you're gonna step your left foot back so the toes are tucked on the floor. With the left foot back, just take a second to square your hips off, pull the abs up and in, and then you're just gonna lift that left leg up and then lower it back down. Lovely. If you prefer to be on hands, you may. The range of motion will just be a little smaller if you're on your hands. Every time you lift, find that long line from your head to that left heel. Find the back of that left thigh creasing or the left butt cheek creasing. Go for 5 more. And then see if you're starting to lean into that right hip and see if you can press a little bit more weight into the left arm rather than the right hip. Next time that leg is lifted, hold. You're gonna bend the knee, hamstring curl, and then extend. Good, and then really flex the heel as you bend that knee. Good, and then try not to let the thigh move. So the thigh is staying completely still, it's just that shin that's coming in and out. Yeah. Let's go for 5. 4, hug the abs in, especially as you curl. 3, 2, bend the knee and hold that knee lifted. You're gonna externally rotate, open the knee to the left, and then internally rotate, find parallel. So it's like your little dog taking a piss. And then see how still you can keep that hip, right? So I don't want to see you showing off your crotch towards the left. I want you to keep the crotch facing down towards the ground. Isn't crotch a lovely word? Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. I want you to find parallel and hold, flex through the foot, tiny pulses up, trying to kick your heel on the ceiling for 10. 7, can you bend that knee 1 more inch? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee down, press your hips back, you can open the knees and find a child's pose here. Taking some deep breaths. And then just go ahead and come right back forward. We go right to that other side. So square your knees right underneath those hips, elbows right underneath the shoulders. Step the right foot back and then just take a second with that right foot tucked to square the hips off. And then take a breath in as you exhale, float that leg up and then tap the toes down. Giving yourself a little body scan, making sure you're not folding into that left thigh. Keeping the mind focused on what the body is doing and not things happening outside. There's a lot of things happening outside of the world. But use these next 40 minutes to be in tune with your body. It's the least you can do for yourself. Let's go for 5. And 4, 3, 2, and then keep that leg lifted. Without moving the thigh, you're gonna bend the knee, kick your own butt with that heel, and then extend. Oh, just kicked my plant, I'm sorry.
Almost find a little bit of resistance, like that thigh's trying to bend against something really thick. Maybe just the humidity in New York is enough of some thickness. Maybe peanut butter, maple syrup, just so you're not bending and extending mindlessly. You're really finding that self-resistance in your body. Let's go for 5. Can you lift that thigh 1 more inch? 4. Good, last 3. 2. Bend the knee and hold without moving where the foot is. You're gonna open the knee and then close. You're gonna find those little clamshell fire hydrant variations. So the hip is staying still in space. The foot and ankle are relatively still in space. You're just trying to open so that the inner thigh can face the ground. Let's go for 6. Lift that thigh 1 more inch. 5. 4. 3. 2. Good, find parallel and hold, flex the foot, tiny pulses up, raise the roof for 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way down. Hips go back. I'm gonna open my knees wide, that's the way my body works. And then just chill in your child's pose for a second. Pressing into the hands so let the butt sink heavier onto the heels. 3 deep breaths here. 2. And then last one. Lovely. You're gonna come forward. You're gonna lie down on your right side. And by lie down, I mean prop yourself onto your right forearm. Once you're on your right forearm, knees are gonna be in tabletop, right in front of your hips, butts behind you, butts behind you. And then you're just gonna start with a little slump, right? Like you're slumping down to that shoulder, and then you're pressing it away. So this is just to make sure that we're stabilizing the shoulder before we do some side lying work. So it's like you're just kind of having some pillow talk, and then you're lifting up and out of it. Let's go for 4. 3. 2. And then next time you lift up and out, we're gonna stay there. However, if your neck or shoulder starts to get aggravated, you could always lie down. It's just a little bit more of a challenge with that right arm under, and I'm here to work today. So when you're ready, you're gonna stretch that top leg long, that left leg. So just start with it reaching behind you, and then I want you to flex through the foot, and then find a little tiny pulse back. So starting kind of differently today, but I want you to find that connective line of the back leg, pull the abs up and in, and then see if you can stretch that leg longer out of the hip socket. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2. Keep it pressed back at that furthest place. Pull the abs in, lower the foot down so you lower the blade onto the floor, and then lift it up. So these 2 things I'm starting with is just to help you find what you're kind of reaching for as we get into more like fancy movements, right? So you're always trying to hit this position of that leg pressing back and reaching out. Let's go for 5, 4. Keep lifting up that right shoulder. 3, yeah, the more you lift up out of it, the more you'll also work your ass. Last 2. Keep the leg lifted and hold. You're gonna bend the knee, pause, extend the foot forward, and then scoot back. So you're going for a bicycle. You're bending the knee, extending the foot, sweeping the leg back. And then always fight for that height, right? Keep lifting that leg up to that highest lift. Keep stretching it back towards that furthest place. And then keep the abs still, the chest still, the shoulder pressed away. If your neck starts to bother you, some people suggest looking down towards that right shoulder. I don't really think it makes a difference personally speaking, but if that works for you, go for it. Let's go for 5 more in this direction. Feel like literally stretching longer. For 4. Last 3. 2. And then stretch that leg back and hold, sweep it forward, bend the knee, press back. So you're bicycling in reverse. And then as you're doing this, guys, if you ever like, where's my butt? I'm not feeling it in my butt, I'm feeling it more in the hip. Then try to keep the hips still, especially as that leg sweeps forward. Think about sticking your ass out in order to feel your butt working. So don't let the hip round. Lift the leg 1 more inch. Let's go for 5, 4, last 3, 2. Next time that leg is in tabletop in a hover, hold. You're gonna make circles with that thigh. So the knee is making little circles size of a grapefruit for 8, 7. Can you press out of that right shoulder? 6, 5, 4. Yeah, bring it in front of your hip. 3, love you. 2, 1. Reverse the direction, make them bigger and slower. Yes, for 5, 4. Only 1 more variation after this, and then your asses will be ready for the rest of your weekend. 3, 2, 1. Pause. You're going to extend the leg forward so your toes are pointing towards me. Sickle the foot, internal rotation down. Find a pulse up and up. Lift your waistline, pull that hip back. You have 10, 9, lift it higher. 8, 7, 6. Your butt might fall off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. All right. Take the hand. You can tap that butt cheek out. All right. Locate your ball. And then you are going to turn to sit on your ass and then put the ball behind your upper mid back or your pillow. So if you have a pillow, make sure the pillow is long ways and it's right behind, like middle of your rib cage. And then let your head fall down onto the ground and open your arms to this wide cactus position. So this should feel nice. If it hurts your low back, just try to scoot the ball towards your neck a little bit more so that it's not too far down. It shouldn't be at the waistline. It should be in between the waist and the neck on the rib cage. Just take 3 deep breaths here, letting your shoulders and your chest open. Last 2. And then, last one. Bring your hands behind your head. Interlace your hands at the base of your skull. All right, here we go. My favorite kind of ab workout. You're gonna wrap your elbows slightly towards the ceiling, making a little basket shape for your head. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're gonna curl up and over that pillow ball. And then inhale back. Good. Exhale, you're curling. Inhale back. Try to take this very slow. My favorite part of this particular ab series is really slowing down that extension so that you feel your abs starting to quiver. Keep the head really heavy in the hands. And if you're not feeling your abs work, you could always try scooching your prop down towards your butt, like an inch or two. Again, just make sure it doesn't hurt the low back. There's no need for that. And what we're doing here, just in case this is your first time doing this or a little reminder, is that we're just making your average ab curl, your average crunch. We're increasing the range of motion because you have to come up higher with that thoracic spine. Keep the head heavy. Let's go for 6 of these curls. 5. Last 3. 2. And then next time you're curled forward, just hold. All right. I like to give my head a little shake here and then pull my ribs forward. And that's just gonna make sure that my neck is relaxed, my arms are working, and my abs are working. Keep in mind, guys, if you need to take breaks during this session, go for it. This ab section is gonna be spicy. You're gonna float your right leg into tabletop. Inhale, bring it back down. Float the left leg into tabletop. bring it back down. So you're just going for a very chill march. Very chill, the chillest. As you march each leg, see how little you can shift your weight from side to side in that pelvis. And the way you minimize that is by tucking that tail, or by cinching that low belly in a little bit more. Next time your left leg is in tabletop, hold. You're gonna extend it long to like a little 45-degree angle or a little lower, and then bend it back in. Adding the upper body. As the left leg extends, you're gonna release your head back halfway, and then you're gonna curl everything up. Good, so reaching in opposite directions, exhale, curling everything up. I'm only letting my chest go back like 1 or 2 inches, and you wanna find that highest lift every time. And again, can you curl up and off of that ball? Almost like you're trying to disconnect your back from it. Let's go for 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Can you use your triceps even more to support your head? Next time you curl everything and hold, you're gonna extend that left leg up to the sky. You're gonna rotate to the left and hold that rotation. Reach your right hand up towards the ceiling, reaching for that left pinky toe. I want you to take a pulse up and up. Can you lift your chest up and over to the left more, trying to crease that right armpit towards the left hip? You have 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. You can let your head go back for a rest. Bring that left foot down. Take a breath in. On your exhale, curl forward, right leg into tabletop. You're going to extend that right leg and then bend it. Inhale, it reaches. Exhale, you curl. Hopefully, definitely feeling the abs working here. And then start to add the upper body. So you reach the right leg, you extend halfway back. Exhale, everything curls. And my triceps honestly feel sore, guys, and that is because I've been going hard on arms this week, but it's also because my head probably weighs like 10 pounds, right? So it's like 5 pounds on each tricep here, lifting my head up. So see if you can feel the arms nice and active so your neck doesn't bother you. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold the curl, extend the right leg up to the sky, rotate to the right, and then you're gonna reach with the left hand for the right pinky toe, pulses. Lifting through the chest for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right foot down, extend your head back, open the arms. Take 3 deep breaths here. We have one last variation after this. So let the abs stretch out. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. All right, guys, hands back behind the head. We have one last mean section. You're gonna curl forward. You're gonna hold the curl. You're gonna bring both legs into tabletop. From here, you're gonna rotate to the right, extend the left leg and pause. Flex the left foot, point the left foot, bend everything back to center. Turn to the left, flex the right foot, point the right foot, come back to center. Turn to the right, flex, point, center. So it's so great, right? Warming up the ankles a little bit more, but it's also making you take longer time in your rotation, which is what we want, right? Can you lift up higher? Let's go for 4 more to each side. Last 3. Can you curl up the chest higher? I'm gonna ask. 2 more to each side. Oh. Last set. And then relax all the way down. Oh, I love it. If this is okay for your back, I like to extend my legs and extend my arms in opposite directions. If that doesn't feel good for your back, just remove the ball or the prop, and then just take a full body stretch. All right, come off of your prop, come on up, and then we're gonna go right into that other side. So turn yourself around, lie on your left forearm, knees in tabletop, and then you're just gonna start with your little shrug and unshrug, right? So warming up that left delt to support us. You're slouching, and then you're lifting. For 5, 4, 3, 2. And then next time that arm is pressed away, just hold. See if you can stick your butt out a little bit more to elongate that bottom waistline. And then stretch that right leg long. From here, you're gonna find that little pulse back with that right heel. So flex through that right foot. Pull your abs in. And then see if you can lift that leg up with your chest lifted like this. The higher you lift that leg, the more immediately you'll really feel that right glute med working, so that outer glute hip area. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, press into the arch of the foot as well. Sometimes that helps me just like square off my alignment. Good, finding that active press back, you're gonna lower the blade down onto the floor and then lift it up. So you're lowering all the way down, lift up at that highest lift. And then make sure that your waist isn't moving. So I don't wanna see your waist lowering and lifting as that leg lower and lifts. I want your waist to be completely still in a block of ice. Ooh, block of ice sounds real nice right now, huh? Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the leg lifted at the highest lift. You're gonna bend the knee. You're gonna extend the leg. You're gonna sweep the leg back, bicycle time. And then I often see with this one, I see some clients starting to let their knees and their ankles not stay on the same plane. So I want you to make sure as that knee bends that you're not letting the ankle sink lower, you're not letting the knee sink lower, you're finding complete parallel. You're keeping everything lifted at the highest lift you can. And again, stick your ass out as you extend that leg forward. Let's go for 6 in this direction. 5, moving through thick humidity. 4. Last 3, can you lift the thigh 1 more inch as you press it back? Last 2. Can you lift out of that left shoulder? Good, reverse the direction, sweeping it forward, taking your ass out, bending the knee and stomping the foot down. Sweeping it forward, bend, and stomp. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Next time the leg is in tabletop, hold. Readjust yourself, lift your left waistline up, stick your ass out, make sure that leg is in line with your hip, make some circles the size of a grapefruit with that right knee. For 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reverse the circles, bigger and slower. Y'all know how it is for me. Bigger and slower. We love it. Stick your butt out a little bit more. You have 8. I'm on 5. 4, a little higher with that lift for 3. 2, keep the leg lifted on after this last one. You're gonna extend the shin forward, let the toes drop, tiny little lift up for 10, 9, 8, 7, pull the hip back, 6, 5, 4, lift higher for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Tap it out. Okay. Come up to seated and then grab your, let me get a time check. Grab your ball. I'm just really blazing through. All right, grab your ball. Put the ball at the base of your spine. So we're gonna go for some abs. So the ball at the base of your spine, let's say like right behind your butt crack, and extend your legs long. I'm gonna have a soft bend in my knees because I want you to be able to dig your heels down relatively. And then I want you to move your butt cheeks out of the way if you have that problem like me. And then lift yourself up so that you're in this nice erect posture. And then reach your arms forward. So we usually have done like roll downs and articulation. That's the opposite of what we're doing right now. We're gonna do flat back hinging. So staying nice and straight. You're gonna think about lifting up and then hinging back until you feel the rectus, the abdominis, the front of your abs shake, and then hinge back up. If you're not feeling that shake, or you're not feeling your abs work, ditch the ball as long as it doesn't hurt your low back. Or ditch the pillow rather. I'm gonna keep mine. I think it's just like helps me go a little bit slower. And if you're feeling your hips tighten up, bend your knees and dig your heels down. Good. Let's go for 4 more, thinking about going longer. For 3. Last 2. Last one. Good. Just fold forward for a second. Get a breath. Okay, we're gonna do another version with a more advanced position with the hands. If that's not feeling good, always go back to zombie arms. So bring your hands behind the base of your skull. This is a variation of neck pull, if you're familiar with some classical mat. So hands behind your head, really elongate the back of your neck. You're gonna do that same hinge, and then lift back up. It's really hard for me to talk during this one, so excuse me if I'm not giving us quite as many cues. Woo. Again, lift up and out of your low back. The shake should be apparent, right? The shakes in the abs, like no matter how strong your core gets, you'll always feel those shakes if you're doing it right. Let's go for 5. 4. 3. 2. And then you're gonna hinge back to somewhere you can hold. So you're gonna keep that back flat, defy gravity. You're gonna twist to the right, center, left. Can you feel like your head is growing longer in the diagonal? If you're not feeling the shakes, maybe lower back 1 more inch. Woo! It's like I'm being electrocuted. That's how much I'm shaking right now. Let's go for 4 more. Pull the abs in. 3, 2. Find center and hold. You're just gonna lower back 1 inch, up 1 inch. For 8. 6. Now your chin down. 5. 4. Ooh, 3. 2. Last one. Come all the way up. Oh my God, dive forward over your legs. That's over. That's over. We're over it. So diving forward over your legs, you can soften the knees if you want the low back to round, or you can extend the legs for a hamstring stretch. And then reach for whatever you can, so your ankles, your shins, or your feet. And then start to just pedal out through one ankle at a time. So this will help you stretch out the QL, the low back. You'll point through one foot and flex through the other, and then switch. And just let the feet manipulate the hands so that that can manipulate the spine, if that makes sense. All right. All right, let's finish strong, my friends. You're gonna come onto hands and knees, and you're just gonna step your left foot forward. We're gonna go into like a little bit of a lunging section. So, tuck your right toes, come onto the left heel really firmly, And then see if you can stand up. If you need a little bit of assistance, totally fine. So both legs start nice and straight. You're on the high ball of your right foot. Left foot is grounding. Hands can come to the hips. Just square your hips off. Make sure one hand isn't higher than the other. And then start to just bend both knees and straighten. Like you're kind of going down an elevator. Try to really make sure that left heel is really digging firmly. Let me adjust my camera angle. You have 5 of these. 3, 2, lower down and hold. From here, the left leg won't change. You're just gonna straighten the back leg so that your chest hinges forward. So left knee bent, right leg straight. Okay, hands come into a prayer position. Lean your chest forward and then lift the belly off of the thigh. I want you to twist to the left. Inhale, center. Twist to the left. Inhale, center. If you want to feel more hamstring, then think about almost wrinkling the mat. You're not literally gonna wrinkle it, but think about trying to wrinkle it and pull the heel towards you. If you want more hamstring. I'm just not giving you enough hamstring today, which might be the case. Who knows? Give me 5 more before you add on. 4, 3, 2. Good. Find center before, let's do one last thing before going into the full whammy. Stay in your lunge, start to point and flex through the back foot. Just take the second to reset this square off of the hips. Abs pull in. For 3, 2. Good. Okay, stay low. From here, you're going to point through the right foot. Make sure you're on the ball of that right foot. You're going to start to lift the left heel and then lower. Lift the left heel and lower. If this is not your thing, right? If you've had enough of this, then just keep the heel down. We're just going to start to add the twist with the lift. So as you lift the heel, you twist. Lower everything back to center. You just have 6. Yeah, good. Find your balance. Pull your belly button to spine. 5, 4, 3. Ooh, last 2. Last one, find center and hold. You're gonna reach your arms forward, step onto that left heel and stand all the way up. Oh my God, shake that left leg out. Do a little dance. All right, grab your weight if you have it. If you don't have it, you don't need one. We're gonna do some standing abdominal work before going to the other side. So if you have the weight, you're gonna put it into your left hand. If you don't have the weight, you're just gonna let that left arm hang. And then bring the right hand behind your head. I want you to take a second to just close the rib cage. You're gonna take an inhale. As you exhale, I want you to take some lateral flexion to the right. So you're gonna go up and over, and then stack back up. Good, so these are side sit-ups. What I don't wanna see is this. I don't wanna see your hips moving at all. So you're thinking about going up and over with the thoracic spine, because your abs are what move your spine. Let that weight just be really heavy in that left hand. Oh my God, you know what? We've been doing this wrong. You're flexing to the left, not the right. I was like, why does it not feel what I want it to feel? Okay, I'm sorry, I regroup. You're flexing to the left, psych, and then pulling back up. There we go, left hand being heavy. There we go. So now you're gonna feel that right oblique, right? Trying to pick up that left weight. The cue we always say, you're in between 2 panes of glass, right? You're not leaning the chest forward or back. Let's go for 5. Up and over 4. Last 3. 2. Woo. Last one. Come all the way up. Now you pass the weight, if you have it, into the right arm and reach the right hand up to the sky. Left hand behind the head. We're going to the same side. We're flexing to the left. Up and over to the left. Exhale, pull. My abs are so tired. Done a lot of obliques today, guys. And if that weight starts to feel too heavy, just ditch it. Or if you start to feel any pain in your low back, have a slight bend in your knees. Let's go for 5. And 4. Oh, I almost think about, as I go up and over, I almost think about stopping and then using that right side to re-engage to lift. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Let that right arm drop. Take a shoulder shrug. Left hand behind the head, right hand with that weight, or right hand reaching down. Same thing now to the right, and it's the real version this time. So up and over to the right, left oblique pulling us back up. Make sure the chin is not down to the chest. Make sure your rib cage isn't flaring open. Up and over for 5. Like you're trying to show off your armpit to the ceiling for 4. Last 3. Good, maybe go a little slower. Last 2. I'm about to sneeze. Last 1, stand back up. Pass the weight back into the left hand, left arm goes up, right hand to the hip, up and over. And stretch up. Good, feel like someone's pulling that left arm up and out. You have 5, don't let the hips move. Use that right hand behind the head. I'm not using my brain today. And 4. 3. 2. Last 1, slowest one yet, like you're moving through quicksand. And, oh, yeah. Good. You can drop that weight. And then we'll turn to the left, lunging once again. Step that left foot back, right foot forward. Stay good. And then left heel is going to be really high. You're going to start to elevate her down, bending both knees. And then press on up. Hands are on the hips, kind of monitoring that pelvis, making sure the right hip isn't cranking higher than the left, or vice versa. Let's go for 5. 4. 3. 2. And then lower down and hold. You'll keep the front knee bent. You'll straighten the back leg. Left heel high. Drop that right hip, pull your abs in, hands come into a prayer position, hinge your chest forward, rotate to the right, inhale, center. As you rotate to the right, try not to let your hips dance. That can tend to happen very easily during this one, so try to keep everything below the waistline very still. Pulling the belly button to spine for 5. 4. 3. 2. Good, find center. Just take a second to reset, start to point and flex through that back foot. 6. Front knee staying still. 5. 4. 3. 2. Good, point through the left foot and hold. You're gonna start to lift the right heel and lower. And then adding on, as you lift the heel, you're gonna twist to the right and then lower back to center. And this ankle might have a different flexibility or range of motion. Totally fine to see what you can work with. My right side is my problem side, so I'm only lifting my heel like a centimeter. But it's gonna immediately get into that quad, that glute a little bit more. Again, that tib anterior, that front facing shin muscle. Let's go for 5. Oh, I almost fell. And 4, 3, oh my gosh, 2. Find center and hold. Reach your arms out like Superman. Press into the right foot and spring forward. Oh, shake it out. All right, guys, let's just finish with the roll down. I think we're very over time. Okay, bring your feet just parallel. Nod your chin down. Start to roll yourself all the way down. And then let the weight of your arms and head take over. You can grab opposite elbows and sway. If your back's feeling tight, open the knees a little wider and then just like bend the knees. If you'd rather stretch out the backs of your legs, then try to find a little bend and stretch in one leg at a time. If your neck's feeling tight, give yourself a little head roll. Just take 3 deep breaths here, whatever you're up to. Last 2. And then I want you to bend the knees on your next inhale. Exhale, slowly, slowly keep tucking the tailbone as you roll up. And then roll your shoulders back. All right, I'm a sweaty monster. Thanks, guys. That was a lot on the butt. I feel great. I hope you do too. Have a good rest of your day.